What is up there, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for checking out Shin88 Gaming. Welcome back to Armored Core 6. This is going to be our final episode of the series, so I'm a little bit excited. It's been going for a while. If you've missed any of the previous ones, well, you're on the last episode, so it is what it is. But we are making our way through the Fires of Raven ending and using only the pre-built ACs. So nothing customized, just the ones that belong to the other AC pilots. And we are almost at the end here. So I'm going to pick someone that I have not used yet. We're in the last set of missions, so maybe it's a good time to start using some of the more powerful ACs. Chartreuse is just basically a tank, cannon, low mobility, high firepower kind of thing. That Arquebus. I mentioned a few times in previous episodes that Armored Core 6 is like the best Gundam game ever made, even though it's not a Gundam game. This next few levels really feels like you're playing a Gundam game. Oh boy.
Walter left me one last card to play. You. Once you're in, there's no turning back. Can I count on you?
Yes. Yes. Yes? Yes. Now, obviously, there are 3 endings in this game, as we've addressed prior. I think there's a good argument to be made that although many people consider ending 1, Fires of Raven, that we're doing right now, to be the bad ending, I kind of think it's the good ending. I mean, our goal is to burn the coral so that essentially the endless wars over coral will not go on anymore. I get that it's like, you know, you're wiping out a planet, I guess, which is not great. But any other sort of ending means that others are endlessly going to come after the coral, create endless conflict and stuff. So, I don't know. There isn't really a good ending per se in this game. Every ending has its pluses and minuses. But also, I mean, you get to go along with Cinder Carla in this ending, so I kind of consider that a positive. Carla, best girl after all. Sorry, Ayre. We also get our revenge on Snail in this ending. Although I guess we get that in another ending too, but anyways.
Hear that, tourist? Let Chatty handle the starboard wing for now.
Aw, Chatty. Once again, going back to another thing that they do so well in this game. Just the characterization when it's really just voice acting. You don't ever get to see any of the characters, what they look like. It's just really, really good voice actors and actresses who deliver excellent performances. I'm getting really excited at the prospect of there being a DLC or expansion to this game, because I would love to have just more. There are some mods that are out there that add new parts and stuff, and I haven't really checked out many of those. I have checked out the co-op mod, which is impeccable. Works almost every mission at the time of recording. And in fact, after posting this one, eventually I'll post a completed co-op run that I did with a buddy, where we both did basically Gundam cosplays for the entire run. It was quite fun. But to not oversaturate with Armored Core content, it'll be a while before I post that one. Okay, that was a lot of damage there. Doesn't matter though. Chartreuse doesn't really care that much.
Looks like we've secured the area.
Looks like it.
Resupply while you can.
One of the things that I always loved in the Armored Core games were the secondary characters or even minor characters, how they all had sort of their own unique lore that made them interesting. And this being a FromSoft game, there's kind of a Dark Souls element. I'm not saying this is the Dark Souls of mech games, but you can read like their arena entries or other lore entries to learn about the other pilots, where you wouldn't know anything about them without doing so, just playing through the game.
Hurry it
And
up,
like
tourist.
Freud is actually quite a bit more interesting than just random antagonist that appears in one of the last missions.
You made it. Chatty, good job holding out.
Oh, Chatty.
Did what I could. Now we can fight back.
Reading multiple LCs. And a pulse protection drone.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Draw their fire.
Oh man, the charge shot on that weapon, so good. You can pretty much just vaporize your foes here.
Oh yeah? No rest for the wicked.
And money doesn't grow on trees. Wait, wrong game.
Seemed they weren't so trivial after all. Never mind. That's what we have B1 for.
You must be Raven.
That's me.
Never sparred with one of Walter's hounds before. This had better be worth it. Let's get this trash out of the way.
No!
Chatty!
Aw, Chatty.
He's...
AI controlled AC, always the same.
It's so sad because this is like the only time that you actually hear Carla like get emotional. Sad times.
I haven't seen moves like that before. Interesting.
This is no time for fun and games, Freud. Our objective is to seize this island. You can ignore the mutt.
Yes, Snail. You're right. Now then, let's continue.
The dude is pretty likable.
Glad I chose your company over Snail's.
And oh man, those drones are so strong.
Hound on the hunt. At this altitude, I'd expected a scavenger bird.
Sorry to be late, tourist. Watch those laser drones. Take
I know, I
serious
just said that.
notice the way he does.
What a glorious view. What I wouldn't give to fight like this. Forever.
Well, I don't know about fighting like this forever, but you can fight like this for the rest of your life. Oh, oh,
What now? Locksmith. More. I want more.
that's what you get for hurting Chatty.
Confirmed. V1. Freud down.
No.
I was right to bet on you, tourist. Me, Walter, Chatty. We were all counting on you.
Just like many FromSoft games, a lot of the characters don't necessarily end up with happy endings.
Incoming comms.
Just went to say goodbye to Chatty. He was an AI I developed. Could have moved him into a new body, but... well, I never could bring myself to back him up. Be like taking the life out of him.
Would it? Well, okay.
You seem like you've lost someone too. Hope I'm just imagining things.
Alright. Well, anyways, now that that depressing stuff is out of the way for now, let's take a look at the most Gundam of all missions. We're going to have a canon duel at the end. Like C-A-N-O-N, not C-A-N-N-O-N. Maybe CANNON as
I'll
well.
brief you on the job, tourist.
But yeah, this mission is literally just Mobile Suit Gundam.
Xylem's just inside the Karman line, skimming the border of outer space. Meanwhile, Arquebus still hasn't taken full control over Rubicon's closure system. They're locked out of the satellite cannons, making this their last line of defense. We'll be fighting their interceptor fleet in the air. But we're not totally screwed. This area of space is thick with residual coral from the fires of Ibis. Take a dip in the coral flow, and you could draw on an unlimited source of energy.
Unlimited
That's all,
power,
tourist.
you might say.
Break through the fleet, and the vascular plan is ours.
Let's do it.
Time to do or die. Let's get our laughs while we can.
All right, here goes.
System activating combat mode.
If you ever played the PS2 game, Mobile Suit Gundam Encounters in Space,
Hope you don't mind. a
that's
little
exactly what
friendly
this reminds me of.
competition.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Looks like I got the first point.
Blocking approach to the vascular plant.
Bagged one yourself, huh? Or 1-to-1?
Feel like Legolas and Gimli right now.
Prioritize fire on Raven.
Yikes, tourist. Looks like they want you dead first. 2 down. Not bad, tourist. Looks like all your fans are dying to see you.
You know, an interesting mod, I bet somebody could figure this out, would be mod the rest of the game where you have invincible, or not invincible, but unlimited energy like this. That would be fairly interesting.
Formation.
And combine that with the multiplayer mod for invasions and such. That would be interesting.
That's third interceptor to go down.
The pile bunker obviously is ridiculously strong. I guess it would be the strongest melee weapon. I don't know if it's the strongest single hit weapon in the game, but I suspect it might be.
Main Fleet 2, you must hold the line.
They're spread out wide. I'll start taking them out from the right. You take the left.
I like in this game how there's a decent mix of difficulty and like cinematic
Main Fleet 2 is taking
combat.
casualties. Hold the line.
Some of the missions are one or the other,
Back to
some of
it
them have
myself,
both.
tourist.
This one definitely has both. Right now we're in the cinematic portion, but we'll get to the difficult portion in a moment. But I'm definitely feeling a little bit like the Red Comet right now.
Attention Main Fleet 3. Focus your keel railguns on that AC. This nonsense has gone too far.
Oh, we're serious. Right, tourist? Thing is, the serious ones die first, so we should at least pretend to be having fun.
Oh, I am having fun.
Eight
All right.
interceptors down. I scored 2 more. We're not done yet. Nine.
And here we go.
Ten. Good job.
I just won
That's
Mobile
this sector
Suit.
dealt with. Wait, what's that?
Uh,
We're under attack? Tourist, unidentified AC on the Xylem. Head back, pronto.
now for one of the most epic duels in the game. One that you possibly saw coming, or maybe not. Uh-oh.
I was right all along. You were just another threat to Rubicon.
It's that Vesper. That's no Archivist AC.
Even with the combined might of the corporations,
So yeah, Rusty 2.0, one of the more difficult fights in the game. You really got to avoid that. Yep.
That explains it. I don't know why.
If I can score a good hit with the pile bunker, though, he's going to be in a world of hurt. Unfortunately, I don't think you can really score a hit off of a stun with the, at least with a charged hit. But stun into an uncharged hit is still really strong. Okay.
Look at me, tourist. Just make sure.
Fortunately, I was able to burst out of that.
Where did this resolve come from? Must have chosen something, sacrificed something. You found your purpose,
Oh, that was my chance.
AP at 50%.
But yeah, this is definitely like, I don't know if this is the coolest fight in the game, but for sure one of them. And it is tricky.
AP at 30%.
He can just deal such consistent damage.
Always were at your best under pressure, buddy. But this ends here and now.
I agree.
I won't stop.
Uh-oh, curveball.
Chase the clouds from over Rubicon. Only I can fly high enough.
Crunch. Okay. I got crunched back.
50%.
Here we go.
AP at 30%.
I really want to get a pile bunker finish here.
Purpose you found.
Okay, yep. Not good. Not good.
It's too late now, but it didn't have to be this way.
Nice.
You flew just out of reach. Buddy.
Rest in peace, Rusty. He was a real one.
Do him a favor, tourist. Remember him.
What was all that talk about the satellites not being online?
Satellite cannons? This isn't right. There's no way the corpse took the closure system. Who's controlling them?
I have an idea. So now for the epic final battle of the Fires of Raven ending. This one was really, really hard with only pre-built ACs, and I struggled during practice runs for quite a while, even just down to choosing who to use. But ultimately I decided that using Steel Haze might be a good idea. Just the standard Steel Haze. But even then, I had to play very, very well to actually complete this. It was quite tricky. I will readily admit that on my first playthrough of the game, by the time I got to this mission, I just threw on like my overpowered tank build. So doing it this way, yeah. But anyways, it's Ayre. Understandably, she doesn't want us to burn the coral and sort of eliminate the memories of her and all her people. But, well.
I'm waiting at the closure station. Come to me, Raven.
Now, of the 3 final bosses for the 3 endings, I don't know if she's the hardest. She might be the second hardest, because I feel like the boss of the second ending is not as hard. But she might be easier than the boss of the third ending.
This ship's pretty roughed up.
Either way, she's really difficult.
Autopilot's out.
But how are we going to actually fight Ayre? I mean, she's like a disembodied spirit, right?
I'll leave the satellites to you, tourist.
It's under control, Carla.
You know, for a tourist, you've got a sense of humor.
And that's what I
Good
was
luck out
talking
there.
about in a previous episode. How 621 obviously does speak. He's not mute because Carla comments on a joke that he made. I saw somebody say that
Raven,
621 canonically has the bants,
I know you
which
can still
is probably
see
not how I put it, but it gets the point across.
the voices of the coral. And yet you turned your back on our shared potential. You
Oh
want
boy.
to silence us forever.
Okay. Let's get ready.
Raven, I will stop you. You will never burn Rubicon.
Yeah, of all the fights in this run, I mean, by far, this took me the most practice runs to get it down.
I will stop you.
Really, I didn't have that much trouble with any of the other fights except for this one.
Shared resolve on the wings of this machine.
And I had to optimize this pretty well because she has the shield.
I saw the potential for our future within you. You and I could have walked
So you
together.
really need to optimize your attacks when the shield breaks. Like so. Just as that is quite dangerous when he uses it against you, it's quite dangerous when you use it against others. Actually, one of the issues that I had with this fight was a lot of the pre-built ACs will run out of ammo before you can actually deal enough damage. Because she just has so much health. Oh, hey, not cool, firing around the wall. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
I realize what you are. The spark of war. Fires that haunt Rubicon.
I have heard some people call this fight Armored Core Millennia, which I guess is kind of appropriate. We don't quite have a waterfowl dance equivalent in this, though. Yeah, see, I'm already 50% gone on the right hand, which doesn't hold very much. So I got to be a little bit more picky about my shots here. It all comes down to getting the overheat and using the melee weapon. And also not getting hit by that, because, yeah. It's very easy on this part, too, to, like, lose sight of where she is, and then just out of nowhere get smacked for, like, half of your health. There we go.
My brothers and sisters. Humanity wants to ruin
That was a good chunk of damage.
everything on Rubicon. I won't let you. Your fire must die.
One repair kit remaining.
This is going to come down to the wire. Ooh.
Light hand ammunition at 10%.
Just about there.
Light hand ammunition depleted.
Okay, not good. Here we go. Yes! Yeah, watching it back, that didn't look as difficult as I felt that it was. But like I said, I quite struggled with that one. Anyways, sorry, Ayre. I think kind of the tragic thing about this this ending, and all the endings, I guess, is that neither one of us is necessarily in the right. It's just opposing viewpoints, you know? And that's why it hurts. I guess it's safe to say the coral's gonna burn now. I don't know, friends. I don't think we're gonna make it out of this one, even boosting away. But it's left somewhat ambiguous. That'll do it.
There were no winners at the close of the Coral War. When the storm of fire finally faded, only the ashes of civilization remained. Ruined and haunted, the corporations made a joint announcement with the Planetary Closure Administration. Rubicon was to be abandoned, left a dead planet forever.
So yeah, it's like we ended the war, but
Monster who burned the stars
at what cost?
vanished into the flames, never to be heard from again. Yet history would forever remember. The fires of Raven.
Oh, he said the thing! Yet history would forever remember the Armored Core 6. Alright, everybody. It's been a long go of it, but we finally made it to the end. I absolutely adore this game. If you have not played it, for whatever reason, it comes highly recommended from me. Game of the year, 23? Is that when this game came out? 23 or 22? Man, it's been a long time. Incredible game. Worth the replay. And in fact, we have 2 more endings to do, but I am not going to be doing full commentated playthroughs. I'll probably post 2 more long plays, in addition to posting a long play of this playthrough. I think I mentioned it briefly before several times, but first playthrough is going to be this one, Fires of Raven ending, using all the pre-built ACs. The second one is going to be making my way through the second ending, using Old Glory, who I created to be the most American of all ACs. Just curb stomping everybody through the game because it's very overpowered. And then for the third playthrough, I actually have completed a co-op run of all Gundam cosplays, which was quite fun. So eventually you'll see all those on the channel. It'll probably be a little while before I post them. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of what I have planned for Armored Core content, at least until an expansion possibly comes out. So if you did enjoy this one, please let me know. If you have other Armored Core content that you would be interested in, I can certainly take a look. But otherwise, I think I'll leave you with the credits. I want to thank you for sticking around if you've stuck around this long with the series, and I think I'll see you on the next series. So until then, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and God bless.
Unlock condition verified. Playing back message. Sender, Handler Walter.
Looks like you got the job done. You chose to carry our burden and right the wrongs of the past. I'm sorry. And I'm grateful. 621. There's nothing left to bind you. Whatever choices you make now, I just hope you find your true potential.